Hello, I welcome you all in this lab class. In this class related with the subject surface engineering, I will be talking about the weld surfacing of the mild steel substrate using the gas metal arc welding. So, you know the gas metal arc welding supplies the consumable electrode continuously and it melts with the help of the heat generated by the welding arc. And the heat generated by the welding arc is also used for a little melting of the substrate, so that the good metallurgical bond can be generated. So, idea behind the weld surfacing using GMAW process is basically on the principle of laying a layer of the suitable material over the surface of the substrate, which is comparatively of the low quality, so that the surface properties can be enhanced. So, it is important that whatever material that we are applying in form of the surfacing using the GMAW process, that is of the required quality, required characteristics. So, here if we see, this is the steel substrate and we are having one power source. Say this power source can supply both AC and DC. So, for the surfacing purpose, we use the electrode positive, which is also termed as the DC reverse polarity. So, that the more heat is generated in the electrode side and more melting of the filler wire takes place. So, that in turn results in the higher deposition rate with the little melting of the base metals, so that the good metallurgical bond between the surfacing and the substrate is established. In order to protect the weld metal from the atmospheric gases, contamination from the atmospheric gases, the suitable shielding to the weld pool or to the molten metal and the arc is provided with the help of the argon. So, we use the argon cylinder through which we try to supply the shielding gas jet all around the arc and the shielding gas flow rate of about like say 8 to 10, 12, that is the kind of flow rate in liters per minute is maintained. Okay. Now, you know that since the weld surfacing is based on the applying the weld bead, it is not about the joining, it is just like covering the surface of the metal by depositing the weld bead just over the surface. So, we want that little, the penetration is very less and primarily the layer of the metal is deposited over the surface. So, what we want like there is a mainly there is a melting of the filler metal with the little melting of the base metal. So, this is significantly controlled by the heat being generated during the welding. Okay. So, here we will try to show that what happens to the weld bead, what kind of the weld bead is generated when we apply the different arc heat by changing the welding current. Okay. That is what we will be showing in the demonstration of this the weld surfacing process using the GMAW. So, you can see the arc has been initiated. Now, the arc will be controlled. Okay. Now, the arc is moved in very controlled way, so that the weld metal is deposited over the surface of the substrate.
कितना बड़ा बड़ा 180 ना। जो ये फर्स्ट फीड है ये 180 एम्पियर करंट पे है, सेकंड वाली है 100 एम्पियर और थर्ड वाली है 140 एम्पियर।